Avatar 2 is finally arriving this year after a series of lengthy delays. It's been over a decade since 2009's Avatar stunned us all in the theater, which means we've all got our fingers crossed that the follow-up will be worth the wait. What are the updates regarding the sequel and the movies in the franchise? What about the cast and plot of Avatar 2? What creatures will we see in Avatar 2? Stay tuned to find out. First up, we've rounded up absolutely everything there is to know about Avatar 2. You will be amazed to know that there's tons to discover about the upcoming film. James Cameron is back in the director's chair for the sequel, and the first trailer had all the breathtaking CGI spectacle you'd expect. The much delayed Avatar 2 will finally hit the theaters this December 16th, 2022. That's 13 years after Avatar, and 8 years after the sequel was originally slated to release way back in 2014. Here's to hoping it's well worth the wait. As you would expect, the footage showcases stunning landscapes both underwater and on dry land, with CGI wizardry bringing the Na'vi and Pandora to life. There's a hint of threat lurking in the footage. We see the villainous RDA, that's the Resources Development Administration, too, and they're bound to cause problems for all. Sully and the family are here, but little is revealed about the plot. Let's now look at the Avatar 2 cast. The Avatar 2 cast is made up of newcomers and returning actors alike. Sam Worthington returns as Jake Sully, a former human soldier who permanently became a member of the Na'vi. He's joined by Zoe Saldana, who is back as Neytiri. The duo fell in love in the first movie. CCH Pounder plays Moat, Neytiri's mother. Jake and Neytiri have children this time around. Jamie Flatters is their firstborn son, Nedium. Britton Dalton is their second son, Loak. And Trinity Bliss is Tuktiri, their youngest child. Jack Champion is Javier Spider Socorro, a human born on Pandora who is adopted by Jake and Neytiri. Sigourney Weaver is also back, though in an unknown role. Her character, Dr. Grace Augustine, died in the previous film. Her role in the sequel will involve delving underwater though, with behind-the-scenes pictures showing the actor fully submerged. Stephen Lang returns as Colonel Miles Quaritch, who also died back in the first film. How he returns is a mystery, but he will still be a villain. Stephen Lang said, "I'm not gonna say, no, he's absolutely the same. I think he's an incredibly fascinating character, and he wouldn't be back if director Jim Cameron wasn't fascinated in him as well, and kind of bent on seeing where he goes. Where does that character lead him as a writer, as a director, and where does it lead me as an actor?" Kate Winslet joins the cast as Ronal, a freediving member of the underwater Metkayina clan. In an interview, Kate Winslet said, "I had to learn how to freedive to play that role in Avatar, and that was just incredible. My longest breath hold was 7 minutes and 14 seconds, like crazy stuff." A set picture of Winslet underwater has also been unveiled, with the actor wearing weights around her waist to keep her submerged. Edie Falco joins as General Ardmore, who is part of the sinister RDA. Michelle Yeoh is another newcomer. She'll play a human named Dr. Karina Moog. Thanks to an Instagram post from producer John Landau, we know Yeoh will be in Avatar 3 as well. Jermaine Clement will play Dr. Ian Garvin, who is a marine biologist. James Cameron said, "I've loved Jermaine's work for years, and I'm really pumped that he's joining our cast as Ian Garvin, one of my favorite characters." Vin Diesel and CJ Jones have also joined the cast in mystery roles, while Una Chaplin will be playing Varang, who will be in all the upcoming movies. Rounding out the cast is Cliff Curtis as Tonawari, Bailey Bass as Saria, Philip Geljo as Anyang, and Dwayne Evans Jr. as Roxo. All are of the Metkayina clan. Among the rest of the cast playing humans is Joel David Moore as Dr. Norm Spellman, Dilip Rao as Max Patel, Giovanni Ribisi as Parker Selfridge, Brendan Cowell as Captain Mick Scoresby, and Matt Gerald as Corporal Lyle Wainfleet. Next, let's look at what we know about the plot. Avatar 2's official synopsis tells us, set more than a decade after the events of the first film, Avatar: The Way of Water begins to tell the story of the Sully family, Jake, Neytiri, and their kids, the trouble that follows them, the lengths they go to keep each other safe, the battles they fight to stay alive, and the tragedies they endure. The family is very much the heart of the movie. Producer John Landau said, "I think the story of Avatar 2 and the strength of the story is what Jim Cameron always does in any of his movies. He writes in universal themes that are bigger than any one genre. And if you think about this, there's really no more universal theme than family. At the center of each of our sequels is the Sully family. What are the dynamics that pair parents go through to protect their family. As for that trouble promised by the synopsis, it will arrive in the form of the RDA mining operation returning to Pandora. That sends Jake, Neytiri, and their children to what is perceived as a safe harbor, the underwater reef. And when you get to the reef, there's a clan we call the Metcaina, John Landau mentioned. The Sullys are no longer in the environment that they know, the rainforest. They become the fish out of water. They become the fish out of water both culturally and just environmentally. From all the set photos and that stunning trailer, it's clear that the underwater lands will be a major focal point of the sequel. What's less clear though is the fate of some of the key characters. While we know Sigourney Weaver will be back, we don't know how or why, considering her character died in the first movie. It's possible she could be playing a different person entirely though, but it's a mystery for now. She's also not the only character potentially returning from the dead. There's also Stephen Lang, back as Colonel Miles Quaritch, and Matt Gerald's character, Corporal Lyle Wainfleet. Their return is another mystery, but it can't mean anything good for Sully and his family, considering both are part of the RDA. Next, let's talk about the future of the franchise. Avatar 2 is the first of 4 sequels planned, which means the Avatar franchise will span 5 films in total. The last film is slated for release in 2028, 19 years after the first Avatar debuted. They might be a long way off, but work has already begun on the other movies. In fact, Avatar 2 and 3 were filmed simultaneously, and some of Avatar 4 has been filmed too. James Cameron said in an interview with Variety, "We mixed the schedules for 2 and 3 together based on the types of scenes and the environments. I said, let's just treat it like it's a 6-hour miniseries, and we're only going to go to Frankfurt once. We're going to shoot all the scenes from 2 and 3 at the same time." That was more or less the motif. Actor availability was an issue as well. Anything that had to be done with a specific actor, we did all the scenes for 2 and 3 together, and a little bit of 4, because, once again, I had to shoot the kids out. They're allowed to age 6 years in the middle of the story on page 25 of movie 4. So I needed everything before then, and then everything after we'll do later. So, Avatar 3 arrives on December 20th, 2024. Avatar 4 releases on December 18th, 2026, and Avatar 5 lands on December 22nd, 2028. BBC News reported back in 2017 that 4 projects were planned, with the first called Avatar: The Way of Water. That title proved to be true. The other 3 projects were called Avatar: The Seed Bearer, Avatar: The Tulkun Rider, and Avatar: The Quest for Eywa. Seeing as Way of the Water panned out, it's possible that the other titles will prove to be the ultimate names for the forthcoming sequels too. Lastly, let's look at some of the creatures we'll see in Avatar 2. Exploring the CGI creatures that inhabit the underwater world of Avatar 2, producer John Landau explained some of Pandora's new fauna in a recent interview. Many of these creatures share qualities similar to animals found on Earth, but have unique features on the Pandora world. The new species include the Tulkun, Skimwing, and the Elu. The Tulkun and Skimwing can be seen in the trailer, the former a massive whale-like creature, and the latter shown swimming into battle. The Elu are creatures that have already been previewed at Disney World's Flight of Passage ride. Landau compares the Elu to the water equivalent of a dire horse, and calls the creatures more playful than Skimwings. And that's a wrap. Are you looking forward to the Avatar franchise? What do you think about the CGI in the trailer? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.